Welcome back to the fields of Perthshire. So a lot of you have probably been wondering, where on earth is the Scottish Detectorist? Well, the weather this past week or so has been absolutely awful. It has been rain, rain, rain. And we narrowly avoided our house being flooded last weekend. And it's not much better. The rain has just been relentless and no good for metal detecting. Now I managed to get out for a half hour here and an hour there, and I found absolutely nothing. So no footage. There is supposed to be a 2 or 3 hour window of dry weather today, in fact right now, and no, don't adjust your sets, it's pouring with rain. But I've got my waterproofs on. I'm on the Gold Noble field where Martin last year, 2 years ago, found that beautiful gold Royale from the 1400s, and I'm going to give it a go. It's been ploughed and it's looking pretty good, so fingers crossed, some treasures to be found. I've had to change microphones because my other one is not waterproof, so hopefully the audio is okay. So let's go and see what we can find. Well, it's taken me 17 minutes to get the first diggable target, and it's a good one. Well, this field was actually underwater for much of last week and the beginning of this week as well. It's finally drained away. In places I'm actually disappearing into the mud, but it's not sticking too badly to the wellies, but hopefully that's going to bring out some deeper targets. And that is a lovely sweet 88. It's got to be a coin surely on the first hole, which would be magnificent. As I say, I don't think the audio will be quite as good as it normally is, but it's easy digging. As I say, I don't want to risk my expensive microphone out in the pouring rain. So, we're back to the old way of doing it. I don't want to get the cable in the way. Let me just get that out your road. There we go. Right, what have we got? Well, we have got a coin, I think. Right there is a very nice looking penny. Almost looks, well, not much of an imprint, but it looks in pretty good condition. It could be our friend Gorgeous George, and it is Gorgeous George. Coins do tend to come out in pretty good condition in this field. Let me give it a wee clean up off camera and I'll get back to you. So there we are. First coin, 17 minutes in, and it's Gorgeous George. A very nice brassy tone. You can see it's quite polished in places. It's been tumbled around recently, probably been through the potato machine because this was a potato field until just a few weeks ago, and a very clear date of 1922, so the roaring 20s, economic growth after the Great War. And George V, his older brother, should have been king but died in an influenza pandemic, and at the time his brother, Victor Albert, or Albert Victor, was married, or engaged, should I say, to a woman called Mary of Teck. And he ended up marrying her. So keep it in the family. And they were already second cousins. So often you find the royal family is interrelated. Some would say interbred. And Mary of Teck and him went on to have a fairly happy, loving life and relationship. I think Mary of Teck lived right through until the 1950s. I'm sure she died around the time of Queen Elizabeth II taking the throne. So there you go, coin number 1, 17 minutes in. I'm right underneath power line, so I'm getting a little bit of feedback, but we've got 80, 86, 85, 81. It's not going to be a coin, but worth investigating. It's been pretty quiet. I've only had, what are we now, 40 minutes in. I've only had 3 holes I think I've dug, which, apart from the coin, has just been a bit of tin foil, in fact 4 holes, a bit of tin foil, a bit of aluminium, and I also managed a galvanised nail, which sounded for a while like it might have been something decent, but turned out to be junk. Is it out or is it not out? Everything sticks. Oh no, I didn't. No, maybe did. I thought I saw something round there for a second. Maybe a button? Did you see it? Or did I imagine it? No, I imagined it. Well, it's out. What's that? There it is, a bit of junk. Ugh, I'm going to get covered in whatever mud. Well, it's, I think, tractor related. Darn. At last, just on the hour mark, another digger. 74. Don't have any headphones today because I didn't want to risk them being destroyed in the rain either. Well within the realms of a button, I would say, this one. And the rain has almost stopped. What's that? It's a thing. It's kind of silvery. The rain has almost stopped. Yours truly has forgotten his water bottle. Some would say that I forgot my headphones. Some might be right, some might be wrong, but I did decide to travel fairly light today because I didn't think I'd be out for long. So it's a thing. It's definitely got a funny look. See the colour coming through? Is that fairly modern or is that very old? I do not know is the answer. Is it decorated? Well, there's a few lines on it. But the hole looks pretty precise. But it seems to have a greeny copper alloy base with maybe tin on top. Or maybe silver plate on top. But not sure. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. This time a pretty low tone. 56, 57, button territory, hammered coin territory. Been quite a lot of hammered coins off this field. I think we're out. Obviously the main highlight being Martin's gold coin, which I think's been with the museum now for 1 year and 8 months, Martin said. But no news. I'm going to be going to the museum soon. I'm going to be taking a whole collection of finds in. Oh, we've got something round. Oh, we do. Oh, it's a coin. No, it's not. It's a button. It's a button. Ah, it's a tomback style. Oh, I thought that was a coin for a wee minute there. So yeah, I'm going to be going to the museum pretty soon with a whole host of finds. And what I'll do, I'll put together a wee video before I go and show you all the stuff that I'm going to be dropping in, which includes Roman silver coins, amongst other things. Oh, it's a nice little turned tomback button. You see that sort of decorated line that's gone all the way around the outside edge. So very nice little button, probably 1700s or very early 1800s, so a bit I've aged it. You can see where the loop would have been. A nice wee thing, got that nice shine to it. Shame it's broken, but that's probably how it was lost in the first place. So yeah, I'll put together a little video, show you all the items that I'm taking, and I can keep you updated. I did ask if they'd let me film, which would help to kind of explain how the process works, but unfortunately they've declined. They've said no, they don't want to. So it'll all be done in secret, but I'll update you when I know more. Quite a chirpy one here. $86 up as high as 91. Bottle top, silver coin. 85, 88. Don't think it's going to be a coin. Seems a bit chirpy. It's green. No, it's not a coin. It's a little horse-related thing. It's a wee stud, a little copper stud with it's still got the leather in it. That's what that is there. That blackened stuff is the preserved leather, which has kind of been partly preserved because of the copper. So there you go. It could be mechanical. It could be off some sort of belt. but it could also be off of a horse harness. So yeah, probably got 100, 150 years of age, and the leather still surviving. Good. We've got a possible coin. 86, 85. Pretty consistent. Quite gravelly soil here. Ah, I can see a coin. I might have hit it with a spade. Nope, I haven't. Now that is a coin. That is a halfpenny. Who is it? It's a ship's halfpenny. 1949, so it's going to be George VI. And it is. It's Bertie, to give him his real name. Albert Frederick Edward George, I think was his real name, if that makes sense. To his parents, he was known as Bertie. And when he was crowned, which would have been in 1936, he chose the name George. And because there were 5 Georges before him, including his father, George V, he went with George VI. So there you go. I did a little bit of reading up about him actually recently. So this is Elizabeth II's father. And he, as I mentioned before, he features in the movie with Colin Firth, The King's Speech. He had a terrible speech impediment. He was actually left-handed at birth. And as was often the case at the time, you were not allowed to be left-handed. And that often causes problems for people because they, their brains are designed to be working with their left hands, and when you try and force it, it can affect their speech impediments, or can affect their speech, should I say. And he ended up with a speech impediment, although part of the reason for that was he was also really horribly treated by one of his nannies. And that caused him untold harm as well. He was quite a sickly child. He had knock knees, so it's kind of a little bit like a sort of bone shape problem in his legs, and he had to wear splints, which caused him huge amounts of pain and discomfort as well. So yeah, he had a pretty tough little life, did poor old George. But there we go. The great grandson of Queen Victoria. He was actually born on the anniversary, 34th anniversary of Prince Albert, Prince Consort, the husband of Queen Victoria. He was actually born on the 34th anniversary of his death. And they were really concerned how Queen Victoria would cope with it. So to offset any problems, they named him after Albert. So that's why he was called Albert, later known as Bertie. And apparently Queen Victoria was quite chuffed that they decided to name the little boy after her late husband. So there. One way to swing it with the old the grandparents and great-grandparents, isn't it? So, coin number 2. Now this time it's just a little bit of copper. It's been folded over, so I don't know. Part of a vessel, part of a container or something. Who knows? I've hit a slightly busier area, albeit the finds have not been particularly great. 78, but if there's finds here, then maybe there'll be something good in between. I can live in hope. 76. Is that green? It is, and it's another little bit of copper alloy, just like I got a few minutes ago. I've just surpassed the 2-hour mark. It's been okay. I mean, a couple of coins, I can't complain. This is a contender for another button, 59. I'm hoping tomorrow for a dry day. And if it is, the farmer at the medieval church site, the main field, which is a potato field, he told me last week that it should be getting harvested. Well, it should have been harvested. So I'm going to phone him tonight and see if that is the case. And if it's been harvested. Tomorrow is going to be dry. And I've got much of the day, potentially, to get out and detect. So watch this space, because that field has produced all kinds of stuff so far, including the Holy Grail, some hammered coins. Oh, I don't believe it. What is going on with this? Some hammered coins, and there's a huge amount of history going on. Well, we're deeper. We're deeper. I'm going to need to keep digging. So yeah, huge amount of history going on. Anything is possible at that site, and the potato field, if it's been harvested, is the one closest to the church, so fingers crossed. One massive hole for a tiny little bit of lead. We're pushing on to the 3 hour mark, about 2 hours 50 I've been going for. Nearing the end of time. 79, 80, big button, maybe a coin. Hopefully not deep. Bit of iron in there. Nice sweet sounding target. And as you might hear with all that back chatter, I'm right under the power line again. Ah, that looks round. Now that is another coin. Coin number 3. 3 in 3 hours. It looks like a halfpenny or a halfpenny. Oh, come on, get my pinpointer in my pocket. Alright, let's see the magic Les brush. Les, unfortunately, I think I mentioned in my last video, he's not making any more at the moment. Well, it's a halfpenny. It's Victoria. We've almost got the set. All we need is Edward the 7th, no, 8th. Edward the 8th, and we'd have 4 generations of the monarchy back to back. So this is the mother of Edward the 8th. It's the grandmother of George the 5th, who I've already got. And it's the great grandmother of Bertie, of George the 6th. And as I mentioned earlier, he was named after her husband, which was Prince Albert, who died prematurely. So Queen Victoria, what have we got? Oh, we've got a date, 1878. I thought it was going to be rubbed. So pushing on through her reign, she reigned till 1901. She famously used chloroform during childbirth. She had 9 children, and I think for the birth of her, I think it was 6th child, she was allowed to use chloroform, which some people say it was invented by a Scotsman, but it wasn't. It was, I think, invented by a Frenchman about 1820, 1830. However, it was a Scotsman named James Young Simpson who was born to the east of Edinburgh, if I remember right, but lived much of his life in Edinburgh as a physician, who realised the benefits of taking chloroform during childbirth. And she was denied chloroform for a couple of her children, even though it was believed to be beneficial, but people thought, her physicians, the royal physicians, thought that to give birth under an anaesthetic was dangerous for the child and the child's development. But eventually, when I think it was Leopold who was born, around about 1855, she was allowed to use chloroform. So she famously sniffed chloroform from a handkerchief for about an hour during childbirth, and later remarked that it was a saviour. So because she'd done it, other people started to do it too. If it was good enough for the Queen, it was good enough for the commoners. So there you go, a halfpenny, 1876. Brilliant. Just a few minutes after the Victoria halfpenny, 87, 88, it's going as high as 90. I don't think it's a coin. Bottle top, possibly. But happy to be proved wrong. It's a great big silver coin. Well, it's deeper, whatever it is. Or I'm digging in the wrong place. Oh, soil is really sticky. Right, let's get the pinpointer out. See if this is going to make my life easier. I'm in the right place. Yeah, what's that? It's a great big bottle top or something, is it? It is. Look, you can see the rim. It's not even decorated. It's just a regular old plain one. Oh well. Could be another bottle top. 93, 94, 97. Or a bit of brass. Hope it's not deep. Oh no. Well, an Edward the VIII would be nice. Well, there's something round there. Oh, it's a weight. Yes! Oh, that's nice. That looks like a cup weight. We've had quite a few weights out the fields, out this field in particular. Let me get my magic les tool to pick out the mud. Is it a weight? I'm changing my mind now, it might not be. Oh no, it is. It's just got quite a big lip on it. There you go. Well, I think there's going to be some lettering on there as well, which would be nice, but that is definitely a cup weight. Brilliant, let's give it a wee brush. And then I'll leave it to dry out for a wee minute in the hope that any letters will become visible. Because, you know, someone forgot the water squirter. Idiot. Right, I'll get back to you in a wee second. That is the storm rolling in behind me. We've got a 1 there, which I suspect is for 1 ounce, which is 28.375 grams, give or take. We've got a letter A, which, I don't know, could that be Albert? We've also got a V. Could it be Victoria, or is it just an arrow? And it looks like there's a stamp there, but it's illegible. So, I don't know, it could be from the time of Albert, which would be 1901 to 1910. It could be also used at the time of his mother, her V for Victoria, 1837 to 1901. Or that could just be a complete coincidence. But it's part of a set. They would have all sat inside each other, like a little Russian sort of miniature doll, and they would all be stacked. And 1 ounce, so someone clearly was measuring out ounces in the field. It could have been anything really. Could have been tobacco, could have been medicine. This could just be a casual loss. Could have been someone weighing silver or gold, who knows. But a nice little find. I guess it's probably Victorian, 1850, 1900 kind of era, I would think. But let me know in the comments below. I like that a lot. The weather is rapidly turning atrocious. I think I'm going to need webbed feet in order to become a metal detectorist in Scotland soon. But just a few feet away from the weight, you get anywhere between an 88 and a 92. We're still in the hole. Still in the hole. I just hope tomorrow is a better day, because every time I've had the time to go detecting, the weather has just been against me. So it would be great having pretty much a full day tomorrow. It would be great to get out and actually be able to detect. Somewhere in here. Somewhere in here. Is that a stone? That is a stone. More stones. Right, oh, what's that? No, that's another stone. Right. I should be able to do this without pulling out the microphone. Let's take a wee bit out of there. Let's see what we might have. Ah, well there's something. Big and round. And that is it's a big round thing. It's a ring with a hollow back. It could be part of a big brooch, because there looks like a little fastening. Scoop out that mud. What else have we got? There's another thing going on there. There's another one there. So it's got 3 mounting points spaced out on it, equally spaced. Let's give that a wee rub. There we go. 1, 2, 3, and just plain on that side. So possibly attached to leather, maybe worn on the chest of a Scottish Highlander with his old great kilt to hold up his plaid. But let me know in the comments below. I think it's probably about 100, 150, maybe 200 years old at best. Right, that was my ring thing right there. Just over there to the left is where my weight was, so there's definitely an area here that's producing a few finds that's been missed. And that's a very nice silvery, dare I say, tone. This is going to be my last target, I think, because the rain is non-stop. Well, I'll tell you, it's a nice sound. 94. A coin, a silver coin, would be amazing. Lead, is it? There's something round. It's a bottle top. It is. It's a bottle top. But is it decorated or is it plain? I think it's plain, just to add insult to injury. Yeah, I was hoping, wow, what a that would certainly power me on for another half hour in the rain if that was a great big silver coin, but not to be. It's a plain bottle top. Oh well. Well, there folks is the best of the best. 3 coins. I've been going for about 3 hours 15, 3 hours 20 minutes. We got a little copper alloy stud which has got some leather in it. Could be part of a conveyor belt sort of system. It could be off a horse harness, but either way, it's a thing. This little curious thing, which I don't think is particularly old, but it does look quite silvery, quite tinned, with a very obvious hole through it. 3 coins. 3 coins. 1949 halfpenny of George VI. Then a halfpenny of Queen Victoria, getting absolutely soaked, 1878. A penny of her grandson, George V, 1922. And then a beautiful little coin weight, which is 1 ounce. And then I quite like my wee tomback. It's just a shame it's damaged, but it's got a nice little turned sort of, what would they call that, engine decorated pattern on it there. So nice little thing, probably 1700s into the beginning of the 1800s. And then lastly this big hoop, this big circular thing with 3 mounting points, which is probably off of leather, I'm guessing. Maybe horse related as well. So there you go. That's not a bad wee day out so far. So that is me, everyone. Sorry about the audio. It's not as good as I would hope it would normally be, but I didn't have any opportunity to, or any other alternative really. I didn't want to ruin my expensive microphone. It cost me enough money as it is. As I say, fingers crossed, tomorrow will be sunshine and that'll let me get out on the ancient church site. Over 1,000 years old, going back to the 6th or maybe even 7th centuries. So it's certainly been a church there going back to the 1000s? 1000 AD. How do you say that? 1000s. Let's go with that. But yeah, so fingers crossed there's going to be something decent to come from there. So thank you for watching. If you're not already subscribed, then please hit that button. And hopefully I'll see you all on the next dig. Oh, And check out my other channel, Visit Scotland Tours. I think I'm pushing on to about 8,000 subscribers, so thank you all tremendously. Right, I'll see you soon. Take care, and thanks for watching.